There never seems to be a break in the outrageous, the illegal, the assaults on democracy, and the hurtful things in the news, like the Kavanaugh horror show, murder in Turkey, 6.5 presidential lies per day, the kidnapping of children, and all the rest. That makes it difficult to find space for something forward-thinking, so we'll just have to make the space. The main body of this post was published 6 years ago, and the message still fits. So here's As Smart as Squirrels, lightly edited for today. Strategy is what we do. Tactics are how we do those things. So the tactics serve the strategies. Strategy serves something else, the why. Why we're doing what we're doing. It's our vision for tomorrow and all the tomorrows after that. It's our true north, and nobody in politics is talking about that. Most of what we hear is little more than reaction, accusations, false facts, and techniques that politicians use to contort themselves into what they think will manipulate voters to vote for them and will continue the overwhelming crush of the big money carpet bombing of our democracy. If we're to survive as a democracy, if the American dream is to endure, indeed if America is to continue to be America, we'll have to be as smart as squirrels. Squirrels aren't the most intelligent animals on the planet. They're just fuzzy rats with cute tails and tiny little brains. But they're smart enough to know that comfortable summer and autumn days will give way to eye-crossing cold winter days, and food will become scarce. That's why they gather those acorns and stuff them away during the warm months. They know tomorrow is coming, and they prepare for it. That's a useful model for us. Prepare for tomorrow. And the challenge that faces us is to be as smart as squirrels and prepare for all the tomorrows. Here's an example. It's been years since we passed peak oil, the point at which half of the Earth's oil reserves had been consumed. It took us a little over 100 years to do that. With the explosion of world population and all those additional people wanting to consume energy at the pace we do, it'll take just a few short decades to burn through the rest of the oil. Worse, because it took 60 million years to produce the oil we've been burning, and since we really can't wait another 60 million years for the supply to improve. Offshore drilling and punching holes in the ground in the still pristine Arctic National Wildlife Refuge simply aren't the answers to our energy needs. Worse yet is the global warming that all that fossil fuel burning creates, and which is going to impact everyone on Earth before long and in severely negative ways. We have to be smarter than that about all of our challenges, and we have to think longer term. That'll require clarity, direction, and innovation. It'll also require us to abandon our willful myopia. Absent that, we will continue to defeat ourselves. So the question that needs our focus is this: what is our long-term vision for America? Our why? That question is intended to focus our thinking perhaps 7 generations into the future so that we make the best decisions today, so that we take the best actions that move us in the right direction for the longer term, rather than just being reactive to the most recent flamboyant outrage or short-term gain for the few. Sadly, I don't hear anyone talking about that kind of thing for America. The R's talk about limited government and low taxes, but those are strategies, not a vision, and they offer nothing to indicate the America those strategies would create. Besides, the R's don't even practice those strategies. I hear the D's talk about caring, fairness, and lots of freebie stuff. But those too are strategies, not a vision, and it isn't clear what they would create. In this soundbite limited, tiny little attention span world, we seem to have lost the ability to hold more complex ideas in mind. So while the preamble to the Constitution is probably where we should focus our attention for a vision for America, I don't know if that'll work, since it's a bit long to put on a bumper sticker. Here's a modest stab at a vision: a republic of security, liberty, and prosperity for all Americans. We'll never run out of work to accomplish that, so it satisfies the 7-generation requirement of a vision. We can easily fit most of our core needs and strategies under that umbrella, like national security, fiscal policy, human rights, the general welfare, and even that most hated of words, regulations. It can serve as a benchmark for decisions we must make, and it might even help to eliminate some of the political fact fabricating, pandering, and other stupid stuff that overwhelms and paralyzes our politics. Offered well, it can even provide a benchmark for making wise Supreme Court picks. I love to pick on Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican of Iowa. He fantasizes about a lot of crazy stuff, saying things like, they're going to pull the plug on Granny. In response to Senator Chris Coons, Democrat of Delaware, who offered new allegations against Judge Brett Kavanaugh, Grassley said the allegations had all the markings of a tabloid headline and deserved unqualified condemnation. He said all this stupid stuff entirely without supporting facts, just wild accusations. Imagine further one of his constituents asking him, Senator, how does your saying such blatantly false things serve to create a republic of security, liberty, and prosperity for all Americans? See what I mean about having a benchmark? We can test our notions and our strategies against our vision in order to be confident we're moving in the right direction. Surely someone wiser than me can craft a far better long-term vision statement for America. What we need is something that isn't in the weeds, is farsighted, doesn't pander to wealthy interests and power grabbers, and instead is focused on our entire society, our culture, our hopes, our dreams, and our aspirations. When we do that, we call on what is best in America. When we fail to do that, we make ourselves small and fall disappointingly short of our wonderful possibilities. So give it a try in the comments section below the written post. What's your vision for America? What should this country look like 7 generations from now? What do you want your descendants in the year 2258 to be thanking you for? We need to start moving in that direction right now. Otherwise, we'll make ourselves dumber than squirrels. I'm Jack Altshuler.